Welcome to another live. It's Thursday, so happy Thursday evening, afternoon. If you are on the West Coast like I am, today I will be talking about or building together with you a modern growth plan for a referral-driven business. What are the gaps when you are mainly relying on referrals, and how can you fill those gaps? Build a plan that will not cost you your another 40 hours of your time and perhaps will lead to growth in a more predictable way. So without any further ado, let me switch over to my screen here and let's begin building that growth plan. So again, if you've been growing your business, your company from through word of mouth for the last 10 plus years, and you want to change that, this is how I would build a systematized growth plus a systematized plan to grow your company without changing who you are and your brand reputation as well. Build on that, I would rather say. So if until now, most likely a business like that or your business was built on reputation and trust that you've built over the years, you might have high retention and repeat clients. And by the way, this is based on around 200 interviews I've done with founders and executives and directors at all kinds of different companies. So you might have some of them have higher retention or repeat clients. Some of them were, when it comes to high retention, means that the clients were paying them monthly or quarterly. And repeat clients, you obviously, if you do a good job, you're going to get more business from that person. That's how it works. And obviously, those referrals are always sweet. Everyone loves referrals. We do too. So you have a strong referral network. Perhaps you partner with businesses that serve same clientele, and you can exchange clients, which makes it even easier to close those deals. But you do have minimal outbound strategy or online presence. In 2025, this is probably the biggest gap there is right there. So sometimes referrals slow down, market shifts, and there's all kinds of reasons why that would happen, obviously. But one fact is that buyers, potential buyers and prospects are researching you online. If they find nothing, obviously, there's a high chance that it will move on without even speaking to you. Your competitors are showing up, on the other hand, or some of your competitors are showing up. In fact, they can even use your name legally on Google. If someone Googles you, they will show up. I've seen this strategy, and this, quite frankly, makes some business owners pretty angry, and I understand them. So your competitors are showing up there, and obviously, if that's the case, then your sales cycle, if you're still trying to compete with them, will be longer because you need to build trust somehow with them. And if this is not coming from a referral, obviously it's much difficult if there's no online presence. But the good news is that you already have all those growth assets. They're already in place, such as your track record, your reputation has been building over the years, happy clients. You can share so many stories of what went wrong, what went right, or what went wrong for a client, and they turn over to you and you change that scenario situation for them. You have obviously deep industry expertise. You know everything, the all ins and outs, the regulations, everything that's happening, everything that will happen. You can predict it, so you can talk about all of that. You have relationship with some of your clients, some of your partners, etc. So you've been building trust over the years, and that's your unfair advantage. And we just need to make it visible, and we're going to build a plan in a second. So first, the four simple steps that you can take. Obviously, you want to capture somehow that expertise, and I'll share in a second how. Results you've been delivering for your clients, package it into authority building content, share consistently. Consistency is the key here. If you post once and no one's heard about it, have heard about you before, it's going to be difficult to send out, because now the algorithms on social media platforms and online are based on your interest, right? I don't know why I'm playing with this sword. Highly recommend the company Baron Fig, great company if you're writing by hand, on journaling by hand, but I digress. So one thing that I wanted to share with you, that many companies that founders that I've spoken with have a newsletter. I'm sorry, they have a list, a dormant list. Maybe they have a newsletter, but they don't use it at all. So the same thing applies to your newsletter. If you've not been emailing your list for several months, maybe even a year or even more, multiple years, don't expect huge open rates and people reading your email and booking a call with your team. It's going to be very unlikely. You have to be consistent with it. And obviously, you want to use that content to open doors and shorten sales cycle. And I'll share a few ideas how to do that in a second. So again, the boring CEO's guide to content that works. You want to have, you want to sit down and record one, maybe two videos a month, turn it to short form clips based on your expertise, based on the wins, your clients' wins and lessons. You can package it into written content and ideally video. We just had a chat GPT 5 being released. So that means that it's becoming easier and faster to create all kinds of content, but video content with you as the hero of the video. Obviously, you can create AI videos, but that's not what we're talking about. So you can package it all, answering real buyers' questions and concerns. That's the key here. You want to make sure that the content that you put out is based on your recent sales calls. It's based on conversations that you had with your prospects. Maybe you went to an expo or you were part of something within your industry that sparked some conversations and maybe controversy. You want to talk about that, right? And obviously spotlight case studies if you have them. If you're trying to reach same type of client as your client A or client B, make sure you write a beautiful case study on that as well. So this works because you build trust before someone even shows up to the first call with your team. And good thing is, if you answer questions based on objections, chances are your prospects team will share it internally because that answers the question that everyone has been asking about, or everyone was concerned about, whatever it is. And obviously, you're building digital footprint, which is a long-term thinking here, helpful for your search engine optimization and being easy to find online. And it works alongside with your referral engine, because if you have referral engine already in place, then use that to get that extra boost whenever you start posting online content online. So how this could work, you can sit down and record an interview with you or your team or someone else. You want to answer questions, again, objections that your clients might have. So prepare it in advance, map out the objections and things you want to talk about in advance, so you know what the interview style video would look like. Extract those stories, lessons, and proof points. But you don't have to be worried about scripting things. Just map out your concepts and essentially what you want to talk about, and just speak freely. That's the best type of content you can have. I see all kinds of content that is extremely scripted and maybe even high production content that costs. I mean, I've done it in the past with clients where there's big red cameras coming and recording black and white videos that you can later on turn. The editing at the back end was so laborious and it was just insane, and also cost my client probably high five figures to just do it. You can simplify it much you can simplify it and have an outcome much quicker than that. And obviously, the cool thing is, if you package it into videos and written content, carousel posts on LinkedIn, maybe graphics, you can distribute that content via LinkedIn, your email, if you have a newsletter with your prospects. If you talk about a problem that shows up on multiple calls for your team, you can follow up with those prospects instead of asking them if they had a chance to make a decision. You can send extra valuable content for them, so that essentially helps them shorten the sales cycle and close the deal with you. And obviously, with your network, I use a platform, Riverside. I recommend it. As a matter of fact, I'm using it right now to go live. I will also use it, Riverside's AI and Riverside platform, to do my editing and also turn it into short form clips. Platform is great. You can do most of the things you will need to build your reputation online. You can do it on Riverside. Highly recommend that platform. And if you need help building a growth plan like that to actually implement it and execute it, because that's the thing, you can talk about the strategies and ideas all day long, but someone has to execute it. So if you want a more detailed or outlined plan to implement, and so it's easier for your team to execute, just send me a message. Let me know that it's regarding the growth plan, so I can personalize it to your business once I get familiar with it. And also, last thing, boom, don't forget to check out my newsletter on LinkedIn. I post pretty much, multiple times a week. I'm a bit selfish with that part. I like to talk. I just write about something that I find useful and I like. And maybe sometimes I even write to myself like a stoic. This time I talked about Dostoevsky, and I just realized that I misspelled it. I believe I misspelled it, but it's another topic. it happens, and that just shows that I write most of the stuff by myself, and I should use AI to spell check it. But um, yeah, check it out. It's fun. It's usually 1 to 2 minutes read, and it might help you spark extra ideas for your team. And yeah, that's all from me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for your attention.